It's the podcast that just needs a hand, and a leg, and a living human brain for our experiment. It's Power Word Roll.
Like a swirling, magical, sparkly energy. Welcome to inside me.
So looking around this void, I'm assuming, with the mirrors in it, is there anything here at all? Is there another way out?
You manage to sort of guide yourself through the room and you realise that there's a large cauldron.
Guys?
Seems pretty cliche to me, I'm not sure.
I mean, it was pretty stupid of you to come inside here, and you can see that windows disappear almost instantly.
Oh, shit.
And all you can see around you is this starry void.
Maybe when someone tells us they are guarding something and then lets us in, we should be a bit more suspicious.
Well, we got plenty of time to think about it.
You sort of find various bits of furniture around the place, and eventually you find a door.
Nama gets up and looks around, slams a fist into another fist, and goes, they were here. They were taken through here.
Hold on, is there anything in the cauldron, or is it just empty?
You can see that there's like a bubbling liquid in there.
Are they in there? Slate says, pointing at the liquid.
Nama runs forward and kicks over the cauldron.
And the liquid flies everywhere.
Whoa, oh my
the
God.
cauldron clangs to the floor. They are not in there.
Slate, oh no, and just grabs some notes and then runs for the door.
Glax puts a finger into the gloopy liquid.
You feel slightly revitalized, like an old wound somewhere has cleaned up.
Your broken heart finally fixed.
It'll take more than a potion to fix that.
Oh! Also, you realise that your scales turn a different colour, and actually there's a different set of scales there.
Donna, I'm changing.
Glax, what have you done? What?
Well, the first one felt like nice, and now it's nice, but also I feel different. He looks at Nama and he's like, is this how it happens?
Normally happens with a lot more wigs. Maybe I would stop doing that. I don't have a good feeling about that.
It spreads across your whole form, and then your old skin starts to shed.
Uh-oh! And then, like any good lizard, he eats it to regain the nutrients.
You realise the pattern of these new scales underneath aren't new scales at all. They're old scales from when Glax was younger, and you have de-aged by a year.
Nama looks at that and goes, oh, it's just exfoliation, right.
What are the ingredients for this usually?
Usually just confidence, makeup, a lot of pizzazz. Are you talking about something completely different? Because I'm still talking about...
No, I think you're right. I think that's where the queens went.
So you're either saying that they were lured in here with the promise of rejuvenation, or that you're saying that you just rubbed the queens all over your scaly body.
Potentially both, by the sounds of it.
I don't like your tone.
I don't like your skin tone either.
Hey, I thought you said no judging.
It's a little different if we're getting new scales from the queens that we're here to rescue.
Well, if they're already in a potion, how are we supposed to rescue them?
I don't know.
Look, if they were taken by a night hag, they're probably, dead already. And I'm sorry, but we just need to stop any more people getting taken.
You don't know they're dead.
Oh, they're not dead. No, they work for me now.
Can you give them back?
No, why would I? Mother Darkest needs her entourage.
Are you competing in the show?
No, I'm gonna be better than the show. I just came back from the hells and, I just need to feel alive.
Excuse me? Could you show yourself, please?
Of course, darling.
And you can see, just magically appearing near where the cauldron was tipped over, you see sort of the dark, sparkly energy sort of shifts and swirls, and appearing in Cora Long's dress, which is just slightly too small for her, is this disgusting old crone.
Is this an illusion?
With sort of purple skin. Make an Arcana check.
That's a 13.
Yes, this appears to be an illusion.
This is an illusion, guys. Watch out.
It's not a very good one. There's no entry music or anything.
Could you?
How dare you?
I can see right through this horrible, put together, thrown together thing. Show your real self.
I am absolutely amazing. I mean, look at me. I am beauty and grace. And I give you my presents. And you turn it away. Disgusting.
I'm glad that there's finally a Conrad self-insert character.
Look, listen here. If you don't show your real self, I'm just going to dispel the form you've put in front of us.
Disgusting. Fine.
And you can see there's a shift, and appearing right in front, you see the same crone, but in a slightly worse-fitting dress.
Well,
Ta-da!
I mean, is this
Nama
an
looks-
illusion?
This is much more you.
Nama looks.
Thank you.
Nama looks at Slate and nods at Slate with a newfound respect at those confident words. Then Nama looks at this the new crone, rolls out his neck and says, "So did somebody call a nurse?
What?
Because this bitch is about to need some help." And Nama jumps at the crone with a warhammer extended.
Nice!
And as soon as that happens, Misty Step.
Can I counterspell that?
Yes, you can.
I would like to use counterspell if that's okay.
Okay, you cast Counterspell. I forgot we've gotten to the level where you can actually do that now. Oh, damn.
So-
that changes everything.
So what does the counterspell look like? Because I can talk about dispelling it.
Oh, it's up to you.
No,
Well, no, what is
the...
the-
Oh, what does the spell look like?
Yeah,
oh,
what's the
sorry.
Misty Step?
So you can see the swirling sort of starry energy starts to encompass her and sort of come up from
And it just turns
beneath her.
And it just turns straight to sand around her and just drops to her feet.
Shit.
Yeah, can you roll to hit?
Nama is flying through the air at this point. That's a 22.
Yes!
That hits! Roll damage!
Okie dokie. That's a 12 with a warhammer.
Okay.
One shot, one kill.
That is no, but that's a strong hit as you sort of like bash down. How do you hit her with the
I
warhammer?
just sort of like jump through the air like anime style, like a lot of color just trailing off. The wigs trailing like off my back, and the Tempest earrings are sort of flapping as the very well made up eyelinered face contorts into a visage of rage and war as Nama flies through the air and just smashes down with a very ornate warhammer on this crone.
Oh, God! They're always meant to have the upper hand here. Oh, you act like a guardian Naga, but you're still a snake.
And then you can see that she starts to sort of just run away into the mist.
As Nama, he shakes his head and more like wig locks fall over his shoulders, and he goes, "Should have taken my earrings out. I would have been faster.
It was still a really good hit.
It's not enough. Never gets any easier."
I think it's time to break this door down.
Okay.
Glax runs towards the door, and then he, jumps up in the air and does a 2-foot jump kick and just uses his legs to, smash through it.
Nice. And just the door cracks and opens, and suddenly you see just this horrific wasteland. The floor seems to be made of some kind of flesh. There are charred trees everywhere, broiling dark red clouds that are crackling with thunder in strange colours.
Oh my god. Guys, we're in the abyss.
I know, I'm staring into it.
And it's staring right back.
But yeah, you can see that there's a twisted version of your cart outside. There are twisted versions of the buildings. This whole area around the club has been mocked up in a way.
Do you think if we go inside that weird flesh cart, we'll still have our stuff? Because I think I'm ready to gear up now. Narmer?
Yeah?
will you help me also become a small monarch?
Nama leans forward, appreciative that this might be a bit of a moment. So leans forward and gives his full attention and just goes, I didn't understand what you said. I'm so sorry.
And Glax is like, great, thanks. Just like heads to the cart.
Nama follows,
Okay.
aware that something important is about to happen and that he must be there, but has got no idea what a small Nagmak is.
A small monarch.
Small monarch.
No, fine, that's fine.
I thought you were joking. I thought you were fully joking. I was like, yeah, that's really funny. Haha. Imagine if he actually couldn't understand what he was saying. And then he said that, and I was like, oh.
Playing as Nama. Nama still doesn't understand what's happening, but gets the gravity of the situation and follows Glax anyway, intending to help.
Glax, you sort of walk over to the cart, Nama in tow, and you realise that the cart is a pocket dimension. And so...
Does Glax realise that, or is he just like, the cart?
I suppose it's just the cart. Yeah, you open the cart.
I don't have as many things as you have in your wardrobe.
So as Glax sort of is showing you around the cart, Glax is pressing buttons on the side and panels are pulling out of nowhere and whirring around, and there's sort of like a whole rack of weapons that just sort of slides down. You see that there's sort of various bits and bobs and objects and potions. Then as these things are clunking to the side and rotating in a space that seems too small for all of these things, you see pulling up just this massive long rail of outfits that just sort of goes into the cart.
Oh my Tempest, you can put your makeup, your outfits, and all of your weapons here.
Yes?
Nama's like in love. It's just so, and just he's like stroking the sides and like analysing which bit is coming from where. Oh, it's so good.
We can introduce you to the man who made this if you wanted to afterwards.
Yes, we've got the contact details.
Nama's shocked and humbled. That would be so nice. But first, we really have to find the queens.
So, you need to help me become like you, but...
Glax, it would be a Tempest-damned honor.
Hooray!
Nama's not strictly a drag queen per se. It depends on what you've got. Like, Nama will be looking for wigs and anything
There
that
is
can tighten
anything
in.
you want.
Corsets are a go-to. We're looking at the tail, and we're seeing a lot of opportunity for bow ties. We're seeing a lot of opportunity for hoisting up to how big is the tail? Okay, Nama's trying to look to see if that tail can be strapped to your back and then poked over the back like you're a vase. Nama wants to make you a lizard vase. Is that possible?
Yeah, he's kind of like more of an it than a he, so it's just like, whatever's good.
Right, cool. Well, we're polishing those claws. We're polishing those talons. We're getting them into different colours. What colour is the scales right now? What palette am I working with?
It's usually green.
Okay, well, Nama just says blue and green should never be seen without tempers between them, and then moves to like a teals and turquoises on the claws. Do you know that bit in Gremlins as well, where one of the Gremlins has got all the makeup on, but it's that they're green,
Yes!
got massive blue eyeshadow.
Yes!
There's blue eyeshadow coming out. Heels aren't going to work because of all the claws and stuff. So,
This is not like a what is feasible moment. This is what brings you joy. Don't worry about the sizing.
What sparks
Everything
Okay.
in here is made to fit. It's fine.
Also, as you're pulling out the curtain rack, it just continues and continues and continues and continues and continues.
Nama like sees that and just the telescoping racks and just like has a very quiet cry to himself, like just a gentle cry. And if it's not conceptual, if we're doing high concept babies, then I'm going with the vase. And Nama does his best to make Glax look like a vase, but with the tail as the handle. Now that includes the entire top being like a foamy cream, and so there's like a wig going on. The makeup's all splashed to like a pearly luminescence, that kind of thing. And then there's like a sheer color from top to bottom that reflects the scales.
I desperately want to see someone draw this.
This is incredible, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Jug's got a handle, not a vase. Vases are famous for not having handles. That's right, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, I don't want to say it, but
Thank you, I appreciate that. But like a big, tall, sexy jug full of cream.
I've never felt more self-actualized.
How is everyone else gearing up?
Donna is just a bit disappointed in her dress from earlier, basically. it'll never reach what was in that dressing room. And just be sitting there thinking, well, it would be rude to try and draw focus away with something only half-hearted, so maybe I should just not bother this time.
As Narmer's got any idea of this, he spins round, clicks his fingers, points, and says, no, everyone is beautiful. Because if we're not beautiful now, then we're not beautiful in war. And that is a sentence that makes sense to me, and it might not make sense to you. We all get to be queens.
Just pointing out, it definitely makes sense to Dorna.
Good, because you are special. If you don't feel it, then you can't be it. And if you can't be it, then you can't slay a crone. And she's gonna know when you're coming.
If you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna kill somebody else?
Oh, dear.
Just after all of that, she'll just stand there and go, yeah, you're right. And suddenly be very much convinced that, yeah, no, actually, this dress is what she wants. This is what she's wearing. So the dress stays as it is, and she basically just completely bedazzles her armor.
Just like hours of rhinestoning.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Takes a while, but you look stunning. And your armor is glittering everywhere. The rhinestones sort of match the dress underneath, and it really brings out the dress. Now it looks like a whole look rather than just armor atop a dress. It looks intentional.
And she also takes the opportunity to do the same on the handles of her weapons as well, so it's all like a complete uniform set.
Beautiful. Wonderful. And so with Dorna fully geared up, Slate.
So seeing what Dorna's done, Slate gets some inspiration and kind of very carefully rhinestones his like chest and shoulders and face, so he looks like a glittering piece of like iron ore.
Amazing.
Good.
Ooh.
And then instead of the big baggy trousers, gets very, very like, tight fitting.
Leather hot
Beige.
pants.
No. This is
Later
fashion,
on.
baby. No, he rhinestones his body and his face and his shoulders, and then wears a very, very, very tight latex beige trousers.
Nice.
Nama, there's plenty more wardrobe if you wanted to change.
Nama flicks out his hair, puts his Tempest earrings back in, and flexes in the stylized and just about holding the Junkin carapace armor, and goes, I'm good, honey. Let's go kill some bitches.
As you guys are gearing up, you hear music start to emanate from inside. There's sort of just like club music playing. And the closer you get back up to the door, you hear sort of the music getting louder and louder, sort of muffled behind, and you see there's a Balgara with like sunglasses who's standing in front of the door and holds out a hand. And does anybody speak Abyssal?
Yes. Sorry, I got excited. I only just got that proficiency.
Well, you can see he holds out his hand and says, IDs, please.
Oh, of course. Just excuse me a moment. And Dorna will just turn to the group and goes, they want ID. Anyone got any?
Glax looks at him and he said, I'm Glax! And then he walks in.
Well, you can see that he tries to put his arm out in front. Do you want to just like try and run through?
I think Glax is just like, he's asked for identification. I have identified myself. I'm covered. And then he just...
Make an athletics check to sort of like run past him.
It's an 18.
Galax like clears the way, like literally just pushes this guy aside and goes through the door, and the music starts being so much more audible. And you see now that there are loads of these imps sort of sitting at the tables, all having drinks and sort of cheering and such. For as you see on the stage, there's the crone in the badly fitted dress, and then there's the 3 kidnapped girls dancing like puppets behind her as she's sort of on stage, gyrating in sort of strange ways.
You're not meant to be allowed inside!
But I'm Glax. And I'm dressed for the occasion. And then I would like to throw a thing. Will a 25 to hit do it?
Nope.
Mother bitch!
As you realise, you hiff a dagger. It arcs through the air and bashes against a magical barrier as all of the imps just go boo, 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 boo.
Seeing that dagger bounce off a magical barrier, Nama steps up beside Glax and goes, nice try. Hey, I think you're Glamorax now.
Ah!
Glamorax. Oh my god, that's incredible.
And then,
That's an amazing...
and all the time, almost like this is more important now, Nama is absentmindedly casting Dispel Magic on the magical barrier, but still focusing on Glax, like, because that's what your real truth is, okay? And the name came from you and it's organic, okay? That's the most important thing.
I feel like Nama's spellcasting comes from words of encouragement.
talk, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There's certainly a bit of that going on, yeah.
Okay, can you roll for me then?
I will roll for you. Ooh, I should have concentrated a little bit more on the thing, because I rolled a natural 1.
As the wig starts moving and such, all of the imps start clapping like, ah, ah, and it seems like it's going to go through, and then it whips against the barrier, and they all go, boo!
Oh, alright. I never did have that much of a stage presence, sorry. Anyone got any ideas to bring that thing down?
This is the barrier held aloft by their adoration of me. I am here. This is my stage. I'm in control. Isn't that right, everyone?
As you can see, this crone is dancing, and then they go, wah! The hag sees you looking and says,
They're with me now. You see, this is my show, and as long as I've got the attention, you can't touch me.
I look back at Glax, sort of put the things together, realise how little of a magical effect that my Dispel Magic had, and hear the words. Look back at Glamorax. Now's your time.
For a moment, he's like,
What? I can't do it without you. You're my drag mother now.
Attention, everyone! Everyone, hello, yeah, hi.
and you can see they all sort of start to turn and...
Introducing the new greatest double act ever to grace the abyss or any lower in hell. Here we have Glamorax and Narmer Palais. Take it away, guys. Good luck. and then Slate just like steps out the way and kind of jazz hands next to them.
Fans, get 'em!
and you can see at this point, she sort of points out towards the audience. You see some dretches that were like dancing up front. Strange, vaguely humanoid, almost animalistic things with like pig noses sort of all turn to face you and snarl. Now, can you all roll initiative? So, in order to get through the magical barrier, you need to win over the audience. You need to make them feel that you deserve to be on stage. So you need your attacks and your moves to, or whatever you want to do to try and impress them, be as impressive as possible. You need 2 successes to be allowed onto the stage. So, up first is the hag. As you see that Mother Darkest is dancing on stage, she hurls a sort of stream of necrotic energy down, firing it towards Glax. Can you make a dex save for me?
I can certainly try. Not with that. That's a natural 1. For heels, I'm not good at walking in heels.
13 points of necrotic damage as you just feel this blast hit your chest.
Trying to approach me. Come on, do better.
It's almost like watching you. It's dragging the life out of me.
Oh! And you can see at that all of the little imps just turn and go, ooh! And with that, it is then Nama's turn.
I want to shake my wig down, and with Tempest's holy fury sort of like cascades down my back and my shoulders and ignites in a crusader's mantle. Nama says, Tempest is the foe hammer, and I am his bright, hard, rigid tip, baby. Everyone gets to deal 1d4 extra radiant damage whenever you attack.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Nice.
Now I'm going to take a few feet forward. We're dance fighting, right? So I cartwheel there.
Okay, make performance check for me. Let's see how well you cartwheel.
It's a 2.
You go to cartwheel and you just kind of do that thing where you just hop your legs over because you can't really do it. And it just looks a bit rubbish, and you can see all of the imps just shake their heads slightly. That is a failure.
I am just a very well-dressed security guard, all right?
So up next are the Dretches. As you can see, they advance. They're all sort of dancing to the beat, and whilst they're dancing, this one comes and takes a swing at you, Glax. A 16?
AC is 17.
Aha!
I'm doing a slide clap underneath.
Ooh! You slide clap and he swings out of the way, and you can see the whole audience go, ah! Ah! Then another one is going to come forward and start trying to hit Nama. That is a 20, not natural.
That definitely hits.
4 points of damage. Whilst this thing is like dancing, it just sort of slashes across your chest.
I'm so sorry that you came on on this podcast just to die.
We're a long way from that, honey.
You can see that the other two dretches at the back just sort of advance slowly. They seem to be positioning themselves ready to attack. It is then Dorna's turn.
Cool. Dorna is enjoying this new sparkly armor
Work, baby, work.
and is going to just sort of run her fingers up the side of it while casting protection from evil and good. As she brings her fingers up, just like the rhinestones just light up in order, going straight up the armor.
Nice.
And then she is going to glance over towards the hag and just go, "Oh, if looks could kill, this one can." And use her Slayer's Prey.
Wonderful.
I'm so
okay.
proud of you, Annie.
You cast Slayer's Prey. And it's Slate's turn.
So Slate's going to start off by using his bonus action to use his stone sorcery ability, Stone Aegis. So with wave of his hand, some bits of floor are going to break off and fly in the air and turn into little shards of like stony material that are going to like coalesce around Glax and just sit around him in a slow orbit, protecting him. So it means any piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing damage he takes is reduced by 9 and then divided by 4.
Wow.
Fancy.
That's
It
mathematical.
is, and then it lasts for a minute.
Algebraic.
And if he gets hit,
Yeah.
I use my bonus action to teleport next to Glax and hit whoever hit him.
So cool.
Ooh.
It's pretty funky.
That's
couple of
very
bits and
cool.
bobs.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Portal stuff going on there. Just
Truly,
messing with
truly.
game physics. Nice.
He's going to take a step forward and then use his action to cast Blight on the Dretch just in front of Nama. Stony-faced, try this for size, and then cast it. Okay, so he fails and
Yeah.
takes 8d8 necrotic damage.
Many.
26 necrotic damage.
How does it kill this Dretch?
One hand to the Stone Aegis, then the other hand outstretched. The Dretch stops for a second, and then just, it looks like all the moisture just starts leaving it. It just starts desiccating, and just ends in like a kind of shriveled statue of what it once was. Kind of stuck in a dance move. Nice. Fantastic.
Okay. Glax.
Okay. Glax knows what has to be done. Glax is going to move into the middle of the dance floor. He'll take an attack of opportunity if he needs to do so.
Okay. 10 points of damage, but is that reduced
So
by
yeah,
9?
minus a flat 9, and then into 4.
Yeah.
So you take
yeah.
1 point of damage. Wow.
I'm going
Okay.
to use my reaction if that's okay.
Yeah, do it.
The claws hit into this big like area of floating rocks and just struggles to find any purchase on Glax, and then you see Slate kind of melts into the floor and then appears straight up next to him and then smacks with a mace.
Go for it. Roll to hit.
With a natural 1, unfortunately, so just tosses the mace across the room.
You see it clatters near the sort of front of the stage, up ahead of Glax.
So what happens is Slate teleports next to me, and I put my hand out,
Now it's the time.
and I would like to pull Slate in like a curl, and I would like to dip Slate over, and then use my scimitar over the top to stab the Dretch behind him.
Can you both make a performance check for me?
18! Natural 20!
Ooh! Natural 20! You're doing amazing. Let's see how your dance partner's doing.
21! Yes!
Oh my god!
No way.
How does this beautiful thing
So
happen?
I'm like, now is the time. I put my hand out. I like curl Slate in. I do a dip and like stab over the top, and then I pull Slate up, and we do like a tango like leg slide. And I use my bonus action, put my hand out to another Dretch, curl him in, and bite him with my hungry jaws.
Okay,
what was
yeah.
I'd like to use my reaction to add War God's Blessing to Glax as he goes in for a bite. So you get a +10 to this roll added to your stuff.
Wow.
You guys both definitely have a success for that.
Tempest has got you, honey. You're fucking killing it.
Okay, so 8 damage into the Dretch as I stab
Nice.
them.
Plus a D4 because of the Crusader's Mantle.
Oh yeah.
And remember, that's doubled.
5.
That is enough to kill it. So yeah, how do you scimitar that guy out of existence?
I am assuming it's kind of like, this dance for romance, slap, and then he's just like gone, and he falls backwards into imps who catch him, and they're like, ha 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 ha. And then we do the second half, and I go for the bite. Oh jeez, I was not prepared. I bit him, and I gained 2 hit points.
Yes, as you guzzle down his arm. And yeah, Glax, that is 2 successes for your performance now. You realise that shimmering energy that was there before that prevented you from hefting the dagger, you don't think it will prevent you now. You feel like the adoration of the crowd as they're all sort of clapping and cheering as you sort of like are dancing around on the dance floor. It is the hag's turn though, so the hag has a chance of doing something. She's going to sort of like scowl down from the stage.
You're ruining my show! I don't appreciate it, you ridiculous man in a wig!
She points down and casts Bestow Curse.
I say, I'm not a man in a wig. I'm a lizard in a wig.
You must make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Yeah, sure. It's a 3 plus 0, so that's a 3.
So you fail. It's going to demoralize you. And, hearing this, you're so demoralized that you're going to have to make a wisdom saving throw on the end of each turn. Otherwise, you can't do anything at all. This curse, you feel it just clawing at you. You feel like maybe you're not fabulous.
Okay. I would like to look at Nama and I'd say,
I'm just a lizard in a wig. But you're a real drag monarch. It's all up to you now.
I love drag monarch as the gender neutral term. Now it is Nama.
Nama shouts, Glax isn't a wizard. Ah, fuck. Edit that bit. He's not a wizard.
you're right, well done.
I was going to say, that's a blooper reel,
No
right?
lies here. No
That's a
lies
blooper
here.
reel. Definitely blooper reel. I caught you out. That wizard isn't a cat. It's not even a wizard.
Is it the hat? Is it because I don't have a hat?
So the other day in my D&D campaign, I was narrating the sconces on the walls of a temple as braziers instead of braziers, and everyone was it's like, why is there a suffragette cult around here? Are they burning bras, dude? What's going on? Nama shouts, that's not a lizard in a dress. That's Glamorax now. And you better get your dirty little claws off her. I run over and I cast Enhance Ability on Glax, focusing on Tempest's wisdom, so you now have advantage on wisdom checks.
Yay!
Glax is still dressed as a very, very coquettish and sexy jug. So I'm gonna heft Glax into the air, if that's possible, to pour
Dirty Dancing style.
Yep, I'll allow
to
that.
pour Glamorax at the stage.
Okay, can you make an athletics check for me?
And I will make it. Yes! Oh, I did! That's a 23!
Yeah? Oh, that is enough! You can see Glamorax flies towards the stage and lands at the top of it.
Glax looks over his shoulder with a sort of hip, coquettish look. He winks at you and he's like,
Thanks, drag mom.
Nama clicks nailed fingers back and says, no one puts Glamorax in a corner.
yeah!
And with that, it's then the Dretch's turn. You can see one Dretch is just going to run up to Slate and try and take a swipe, but misses completely. How does Slate block it?
He raises a rocky arm to just deflect the blow.
You can see it bashes its hand and it shakes it for a moment, ow! And then the other one is up against Dorna, the other remaining Dretch, and is going to try and hit. That is a 16?
Yeah, that just hits.
8 points of damage. And with that, it is then Dorna's turn.
Dorna has just been waxed by this creature and will just slowly raise her warhammer and battle axe and just start wailing on him.
Okay, roll to hit.
19 to hit?
Yeah, that
Cool.
hits.
So as Dorna raises her weapons, as she brings her warhammer straight to the side of its head, as it's moving through the air, it's almost like it's just gaining the radiant energy as the air rushes past it, and the whole thing slowly starts to glow across as it just basically just completely knocks just the side of the face, but so hard that it just makes the neck crack underneath it.
Yeah, and you just see this thing slumps to the side and starts to turn to dust as it's destroyed. Great job. It is defeated.
Dorna is going to get to just the edge of the stage. In the space just between her and Glax, she is going to summon what effectively just looks like a shimmering golden boar as she casts Healing Spirit.
So you summon a golden boar between you and Glax just at the border of the stage.
This spirit appears and Dorna just reaches out and gives it a quick pat on the head. And you see a little bit of this golden sort of energy wisp up her arm. She heals 6 points.
Nice. Okay, you recover 6 healing points as this ball fills with sort of divine energy. So up next is Slate.
Cool, so Slate's gonna take the disengage action and run towards his mace and go grab it. And I've got enough movement to just go back and kind of threaten the Dretch again. So
Okay.
run away from it, grab the mace, and then kind of sidle just a little bit closer to the Dretch so it keeps its eyes on him. And then with a powerful primordial word, cast and keep concentration on Thunderous Smite.
Oh, nice.
Smite!
Yes.
Thunderous Smite!
Does it draw up from the dance
Yeah,
floor?
so again-
Like, as the sort
Yeah,
of rocks?
more like little pieces of dance floor and all that just kind of break off, leaving the ground a little bit uneven.
Ball now.
Oh, yes, even better. Done.
basically
even
is.
better, that's it. A disco ball flies from the ceiling and just smashes on the top of the mace.
Yeah, okay.
It's not really what I meant, but okay.
And so up next is Glax. Make a wisdom save with advantage. That is a success.
Yes!
15. Suppose all the encouragement from your drag mother sort of broke you out
Yeah,
of it.
so having made this excellent vault to the stage, I guess, Glax is gonna get wild. So he's gonna bring out his scimitar / machete. You've done a lot. Not even close to the right voice. It's like, who is that?
He says, "You've done a lot of performing, but I haven't seen you dance."
And then he just like stabs her.
Roll to hit.
18.
Does hit, just.
Yes. 8 damage plus
Yeah.
D4. He stabs into her, and as he does so, the connection of drag motherhood that's happening, glitter just comes out of Nama's like mantle and just like pours down the sword and it like inside her.
Yes. Yes.
Pure drag energy.
Because that's what does happen to glitter. Once you get it out in the green room, it's already in your house, it's already in your room, it goes everywhere. You cannot get rid of it.
It's all over your friend's weapons. Like,
Yeah. It's inside you.
okay, and then you have another attack, don't you?
You have 2 attacks.
Jesus, I've forgotten that this.
I mean, you also have like loads of.
Naomi, you have nothing to do in this class and you still manage to forget.
There are rules. What?
And as you go in for your second attack, Nama just screams out, "Tempest bless you, baby!" And you get another War God's Blessing, which is the second one and the last one I can do today. I've been waiting for a moment where I can just tee Glax up for the last time. And Nama just channels you out and blesses you with Tempest's mighty, mighty power.
Good.
Yeah.
So that's another 18 with that plus
Yeah,
10.
that hits. That hits.
13 damage plus 1d4.
Okay.
Ooh.
Another 4.
Another 4.
17 damage.
That's a lot of damage in one round to this hag.
And then I look at my drag mother and I'm like, is it time for the encore?
Nama, at this point, knowing full well that Glax is improvising whatever performance is going on, just nods and goes, "Yes!"
I would like to action surge.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy.
So that's a 26 to hit with 11 damage, plus another 1, so 12 damage, and then
Yeah.
13, not good enough. So Glax is like, hooray, an encore! And he stabs, and then he's a little bit over enthusiastic, and he just like cuts some of her hair off with the second one.
How dare you!
Used to be wearing a wig like me.
He grabs the hair that he cut off and he's like, wig, snatched, and throws it away.
Can I make an athletics check, dexterity save to catch it?
Yeah, go on, dex save.
It's a 22!
You catch it. Yeah, you have it.
Take
You
that
have the
inspiration.
add the night hag's wig to your inventory.
Yeah, hagwig.
My work here is done.
You bitch! How dare you!
I'm not a bitch, I'm a lizard.
And with that, it's then her turn. So,
Good.
I think that this stage is getting a bit crowded.
and she's going to cast lightning bolt, as you see sort of arcing down from the ceiling, just sort of from. Oh wait, the disco ball is no longer there. No, I think instead it's just going to sort of come from her fingers. You can see there's crackling energy as she's dancing.
She should have
It sort of
cast
starts to
fear.
swell.
Because then there would have been panic.
Hello! Hi, here we are. Woo.
Well, if she rolls well, there'll be a murder on the dance floor.
Hey! Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, dear God. So, can you make a dex save, Glax?
16?
And that is a save.
Great.
You take 29 points of damage half, so that's down to 15.
I would like to say that Glax, if this is okay, I'd like to do the splits to avoid that damage.
Okay, yeah. So it just lightning bolts atop you, and you get a bit singed, but you are not hit by the bolt. And as there is nobody directly behind in a line, nobody else gets hit either. As you can see, it just blasts off into the audience and hits an imp in the far back of the room, and all of the audience just go boo.
At which point Nama goes, "Oh, you paid your ticket money. Shut up."
The Night Hag is going to take a legendary action to move again, and is going to bare her claws, now crackling with energy, and is going to swipe against Glax.
Do it.
So that is a 19 plus 7, so yeah 26.
You fucked me up.
Ooh, that is 18 points of damage as it slashes against you.
Is it slashing damage?
Yes.
So it's reduced.
Minus
Oh yeah,
9.
by 9.
So 18 is minus 9 then into 4, so we're on, 3 damage?
That is a good... Jeez.
That's good, isn't it?
Do you
It
want
goes
to
for a
describe
slash. Yeah, it goes for a slash, and how does the stone barrier help?
So there's kind of slowly orbiting like little pieces of particles of rock and dirt and dust, just kind of solidify. I think Glax is getting up from the split, so not looking, and they kind of solidify in front of the hag's claws. So it smashes through them, but then hits Glax, but just for far less damage than it would previously. And then the different pieces, like new bits of rock, rip up from the floor and start circling around her. I'm going to take my reaction if that's okay.
Yeah, go on.
Feeling the magic, feeling the earth get disrupted, Slate just like sinks into the floor in front of this Dretch, and then reappears up on the stage behind the hag, and then goes to make this attack.
Go on, do it.
Oh, nice, that's a 20, non-natural 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Right, okay, so this is where I've got all my abilities that stack up. So that's 5 bludgeoning damage, and then I've got an extra d4 radiant, so that's an extra 2 radiant, and then I've got my thunderous smite, which is an extra 2d6, which is an extra 10 damage.
Yep, 17
And there's a
damage.
massive boom rings out.
Wow, what a hit. Okay, and you can see like tiny little shards of disco ball are now like sparkling through the air, just adding a bit of pizzazz to everything. Then it is Nama's turn.
What I want to do is jump up onto stage, sort of slide under people's legs. As I go, just grasp the amazing jug cream dress, slap him, lizard with Shield of Faith, and then carry on to Cure Wounds on Slate.
Okay.
Bonus action to do Shield of Faith, and a standard action to do Cure Wounds.
Can you do an acrobatics check?
16.
That is it was put at 15, so there we go.
Nice.
I literally wrote this down. I can show you afterwards.
Wow.
So yeah, okay.
That was close. All right, wow.
Yeah, to the wire. Like you can see that the hag like reaches between as you're sliding between her legs, like she swipes down and to try and grab you, but it's just a second too late as you pull up and manage to Cure Wounds Slate.
As I get them both, I'm just like, and nobody touches any more of my goddamn babies!
Okay.
So good.
Okay, so it's the last remaining Dretch's turn. Misses completely, however, as it's like barreling towards this and it just bashes against the stage
Knocking
as it
itself
sort of
out.
overshoots. Yeah, and it's just it just falls in a pile. Now it is Dorna's turn.
Dorna's right next to her healing spirit, so she is just gonna take the last of the healing energy from that. And she wants to go and join all of the others in wailing on this hag.
Okay.
Start lashing out with the warhammer again. First
Roll to
attack
hit.
is a 9 to hit.
And then you still have another attack though, don't you?
So she's then going to try on the swing back again with a 13.
Glax looks at you and he goes,
No, you have to go with the rhythm.
Yes, this is all still a bit new to me. I'm sure I'll get there. Ugh.
Go with the rhythm of the night hag.
That's amazing. I love that. Okay, Slate, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to use a bonus action to convert 6 of my sorcery points into a 4th level spell slot, and then use an action to cast Blight.
My god, okay.
Then takes 8d8 necrotic damage,
Okay.
Son.
which is 48 necrotic damage.
Oh, guys, you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this.
Did it happen
Is it-
again?
Guess how much HP a night hag has?
48.
Well, close to it. 60 before that hit.
Wow.
So down to 4 points of HP.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, it's Glax's turn next, is all I'm saying.
So this blight, it draws all the moisture out of this already like decrepit night hag, and it ages so much. You can tell all the magic that it's all
like-
the potions it's been drinking that have kept it young are just like sucked straight out of its pores of its skin into just like dust into the air, and then they disappear. Have you seen Howl's Moving Castle?
Yes.
You know the witch of the is it the witch of the wastes? Yeah, when she gets aged, when she loses her magic and gets aged.
I was imagining, like it looks like if you took a prune and put it in a vacuum seal, like it's just...
A walking skeleton, like skin stretched over bones, eyes just sunken and haggard.
I'm the most beautiful. They're not allowed.
And it's Glax's turn.
If my drag mother taught me anything, it's that true beauty is inside you.
And he chops a hole in her chest.
Just as Glax brings back that scimitar, Nama throws his head back and just goes, "Nurse!"
And I'm gonna punch my hand through, grab her, and say,
The problem is you never had any heart.
and then I eat it.
Oh,
Real
Swallow
drag has
down.
heart, and I eat it.
and she collapses to the floor, and as all fiends do, she collapses to ash. You see, suddenly, there's a flickering around you, like reality is shifting. You feel dizzy for a moment, and then suddenly, you realize that the imps are gone. You can see that there's the bartender there who's just seen you appear on stage, and all the other queens are sort of gathered below at a table, and you're there, and the queen's behind you. The spell has been broken.
Nama immediately just goes, "Majestic Queens, are you alright?"
I am absolutely fine. Oh, that was horrific. She didn't even know how to choreograph, I swear.
Honey, her steps were all out of joint. Her face was full of bitchy. It was gross. You're better now. You're all better than that. You have these people to thank. And then Nama gestures to Tooth and Claw.
Slate just waves uncomfortably.
Dorna just kind of gives a gentle sort of nod towards them.
It's been fun, but truly, you guys are the real drag monarchs.
And then he just like jumps off the stage, pulls the wig off, and like ambles out towards the cart.
As you're doing this, you can see that the girls look dumbfounded, and you see that Mr. Reeves is walking back out and sort of passes you and is just sort of does a double take as he sees you sort of remove the wig, and then just sort of shrugs and starts walking over. Mr. Slate, you did it. They're back. Wonderful.
Tooth and Claw always delivers on its promises. Sorry, I'm exhausted.
I'm impressed. That certainly was a monstrous illusion suddenly appearing on stage.
Yeah.
Can you do that again? Can you guys repeat that? Can we get that for the show?
Oh, no, we had to go to the abyss and kill her. It doesn't matter.
That appearing act wasn't quite under our control, but I'm glad we pulled it off.
I'm so glad. Well done, Narmer.
I can confirm that Tooth and Claw did a completely perfect job. They were flawless at every single turn. And I just want to quickly applaud that little lizard that just went out the room. Just honestly, Nama just applauds just quickly to himself.
Everyone starts applauding, but they're not quite sure why.
And Mr. Rees, we might need to talk about security and voyeurism. There's a mirror I want you to take a look at.
Well, come to my office and we'll have a discussion. Oh, and of course, three of you, free tickets to the show. Least I can do.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Norma, before you go, I was wondering if you wanted to... You seem pretty good at this. If you wanted to take your security guard antics elsewhere, you should give Tooth and Claw a ring. I'm sure there'd be a space for you.
And I'm sure they would provide you with one of those carts.
Yeah, definitely. They come standard issue for anyone.
Nama tries to play it cool and tosses a lock of wig across her shoulder. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll think about it. I'm quite busy. I got this thing with the queens, I'll think about it, I mean, you guys are like, okay, like, you're okay, it's cool, maybe, perhaps. I'm being vague. We're small talking.
Slate puts his hand out as if to, like, shush her, as in, like, it's okay, and just hands her, like, a tooth and claw card with an address and, like, basically a town and, like, a little map to be like, it's here.
You shush Nama with the card just on the face, just shh.
It doesn't matter, baby. No, this is it. It's okay. Just take this. If you're in town, come and say hello.
As Slate does that, Nama hefts the night hag wig, takes the card, but then hands the wig to Slate and saying, "Hey, I think you earned this."
Slate, like, scratches his, like, rocky hair and goes, "Thank you."
And we cut to a day later at the night of the contest. And I was wondering, does Glax participate? He is offered.
I think that conversation is had, and Glax is like, okay, but then he just turns up in his jorts, and he's just like, it's back to, like, normal Glax. The drag aura that he was given by his drag mother is just, like, completely worn off. He's back to just regular Glax, and they're like, who is this man? And I'm just like, and he only knows
Glax comes
one
last.
song. Yeah, he comes last, where he belongs.
He butchers one song, ends up eating a load of lipstick on
Throws
stage.
it up on stage, yeah.
Yeah. and is disqualified from the competition and barred from entering again. And for the first time, a new entrant wins with a new mystical aura about her. Miss Terry. Dressed in full fortune teller garb, absolutely ostentatious take on it, wins first place.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
And with that, thank you very much for playing.
Hooray!
Woo!
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Scott. Yeah.
This was a blast.
Yeah, no, it's been absolutely amazing having you on, as ever. Where can people find more about you and what you do?
So you can find out more of my silly voices and also 5 other people's as well at the Danger Club podcast. We play a lot of Pathfinder stuff, and we've also done a little section on D&D too. Have us a little listen if you like more of that stuff. My main character in that campaign is a big burly half-orc who dresses up in drag. Oh my god, I've got a type!
If it works, why change it?
Yeah.
Exactly. And on that note, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!
Goodbye!
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Power Word Roll. You can find links to all our social media at powerwordroll.co.uk. If you enjoy the show, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Otherwise, a positive review on iTunes is the best way to help us out. But for now, from Conrad, Naomi, Henry and myself, thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.
It's a false door.
Is this real life? Or is this just
fantasy?
We were caught in the green room, but now we've escaped back to reality.
Oh, God.
Donna, open your eyes!
Look up to the skies, and you see that starry void. I mean, I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy.
We're not giving you any, if that helps.
Yeah.
Wait, so...
Okay, and... I dropped that in the bin. That flew all the way into the bin.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
In the bin! In the bin!
That's a 4 to hit. That was a natural 1.
That hits.
Oh, wait, that hits.
No,
yeah, great, yeah. You take 1,000 points of damage.
Rocks fall, we die.